Have you ever found yourself waking up in the middle of the night, haunted by negative thoughts? Haunted by memories from your past that just don't leave you alone? Have you ever found yourself not finding a way out of these thoughts that just haunt your brain? You know, certain thoughts that are like gramophone recordings, repeating themselves in your brain and making you depressed, making you angry, making you sad, resentful, guilty, or maybe even the worst of emotions, hate. Hate is worse than anger, really, because anger is temporary. Anger is an emotion that a fairly good-meaning person, a decent person who usually has good intentions, can be angry. Anger passes, and once the anger is gone, you may go through phases of frustration, but soon you may find hope, and hope is the first step into more positive emotions. Hope is the first step before belief. Belief is the first step before knowing. And once you know that good things will happen to you, soon you will feel joy, confidence, happiness. You know, joy and ease really are the purpose of our lives. Because hate, coming back to hate, is the worst emotion ever. Hate is much worse than anger. Because if you truly hate, it's such a self-destructive emotion. Hate is not temporary. Hate is more permanent than anger. And beware hate, because it may destroy you, like so many others. You know, whenever you hear of people who've done great evil in this world, it's because they got into that stage of hate. Now, in these days, it may be very easy for people to slip into hate. Terrorism. Terrorism is something that makes many people angry, but it also spreads a lot of hate. It generalizes. It creates negative momentum. And momentum is really what I want to talk about today, because we have to find a way out of hate, a way out of fear, a way out of anger, a way out of sadness, a way out of destruction. Because let me ask you this: do you really believe that this world will become a better place when you hate? Don't you think that when you hate, you're not any better? Because anger is all too natural. I find myself, in recent days, I found myself very angry. Not just at recent events, But I also found myself very angry at people not understanding that fear and anger itself, ironically, is not a solution at all. And it may sound ridiculous to some of you, but despite all that's happening, look after yourself first. Make sure you feel good anyway. Of course, phases of grief are normal. I've been through a lot of grief in my life, and I can imagine how bad it must be to go through that kind of grief when tragedies happen. And I must admit, if anyone does something to someone close to me, if anyone would kill a family member of mine, I wouldn't be able to forgive. No. So I understand. I understand totally where this is coming from. Because when a family member of you gets killed, I don't know anyone who would be able to forgive. I wouldn't. I would be so fucking angry. I would be, Anyway, I don't want to dwell too much on anger today. I want to talk about positive momentum, because at the root of all evil is really negative momentum, let's face it. So how do we create positive momentum in our lives? Because let's face it, we all want to feel good, don't we? We all want to feel joy. Why do we want certain things? Because we believe that the thing we want will bring us joy and happiness. So why don't we become happy and joyful first? How do we create positive momentum again? This is really something I'm working on, because I woke up last night and I had a lot of negative thoughts coming in. And I've never experienced it so uncontrollable. I tried meditation, I tried distracting myself, I tried listening to positive stuff until I finally fell asleep again. But these thoughts, damn it, these thoughts really hurt, when you think thoughts that hurt, nothing good can come out of it. So we have to always reach for the most positive thought we have access to. Write down things you're grateful for. And appreciation is really the last thing you want to do when you feel angry, right? But you have to really retrain your brain. Being angry is normal, but you can't dwell in anger forever. Do you really want to live your whole life angry or in fear? Writing down the basics. What do you have in life that you take for granted? Think about it. Focus on it. Take this very thing in your life that you appreciate the most and focus on it as much as you can to create more positive momentum. Do you like animals? Do you have a pet? Focus on your dog or your cat. They live in the now. Do you like creativity? Then do the very thing that makes you happy. Do you like a certain sport? Focus on it. Do anything to distract yourself from the anger. Because what I found, what really works to break the momentum of anger is to distract yourself. Sometimes you just have to distract yourself with good feeling things. Because after you've been doing that very thing that makes you happy for a while, whatever it may be, only you know what makes you truly happy, then you create more positive momentum. Then you feel more confident. Then you feel more at peace. And then if you have a lot of positive momentum going, you reach the stage of unconditional love and unconditional appreciation. And that really is the blessed state you want to be in. It's hard to reach for most people, but I will study this subject a bit more, and I will share some more information on this. And if you don't believe in what I'm saying, I totally accept it, because that's the art of allowing. But if I reached a couple of people with this information, if I managed to make some people think or even inspire, then that would really make me happy. Anyway, take care.